studioni tuko na mgeni rasmi anayejulikana kama Biden. Na leo tunaenda kukuletea show ambayo ni kali sana, tena ni moto sana, ambayo inahusisha campus life. Yaani hivi bana, pale ambapo mtu analetwa kwenye shule asome bana na mzazi wake, naambiwa ya kwamba don't do this my son, usifanye hivi. Lakini hapo mbele unapata vitu zinakuwa mrama bana. Yaani huyo jamaa baada ya kuletwa hapo shule bana, anaenda kombo, yani anafanya vitu ambavyo havifai. Yani what normally happens, sisi kama comrades of one university, sisi kama comrades of any other university, ni nini huwa ina happen? Yani mtu anakuja shule akiwa mzuri, anafanya vitu vya amana, lakini hapo baadaye anageuka na kufanya vitu vya kiajabu. Sasa hivi leo naitwa Manucho, ukipenda Manucho Mtoxic, niite Manu, lakini kwenye studio tuko na mgeni ambaye atajitambulisha hapa na tuambia kwamba ni nini huwa inatendeka mtu anapokuja kwenye shule ili akasome, lakini baadaye anabadilika. Karibu sana na utuambie jina lako, alafu utuelezee ni nini huwa ina happen.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Biden Odhiambo. I'm a student leader at One University. First of all, I would like to thank the media team, the team podcast for inviting me to this show. I'm very grateful and I doesn't take it for granted. Welcome here today, and we want to talk about campus life.
Bana, pale hivyo unapata mkuu siku ambazo mzazi anakuleta shule, anakuambia my son, my daughter, don't do this. Yani usifanye hivi. Tunaambiwa ya kwamba wewe ndio tegemeo pale nyumbani. Usijihusishe na groups ambazo zita affect your future. Lakini bana, baada ya muda mfupi unapata mtu ameenda mrama, yani anafanya vitu ambavyo havifai. Ni nini huwa inachangia yani hizi tatizo kutokea kwenye maisha ya mwanafunzi hapo shule?
Okay. Now, when you are coming to join campus, your parents sends you to go and study with a purpose, because education is one of the things that eradicates poverty. So your parents sends you to school so that you can bring out the shame that is in that family. And so your parent has high expectation upon you. So one of the expectations that your parent has in you is you study so that you can move out that poverty in your life. You can move out, you can eradicate those struggles that you and your parents are passing through. But now when the student come and gets in school, you find that these students are affected by peer pressure, by what we call peer pressure. And so peer pressure, that the students are influenced by their peers to act in a given way. So you find that maybe the students try to place him or herself in a given level on which he or she was not used to. So peer pressure is affecting a lot of comrades in most of our institutions.
Yeah. Apart from peer pressure, unaweza tuambia kwamba ni jambo gani ambayo tena inachangia? Yaani unaona pale hivyo, hatuwezi sema kwamba mavazi ambazo ni mbovu. Unapata mtu kamevaa mini skirt bana anakuja class pale, alafu unaona hapa hivi sio bweni. Hakuna bweni hapa. Hapa hivi ni shule tu ambao watu wote tu wako pale. This is not a boarding school. Yaani unapata mwanaume yuko, mwanamke yuko. Alafu demo anaingia class amevaa mini skirt bana. Amevaa tumbo kati imemwacha tumbo wazi bana. Hauwezi sema ya kwamba ni mavazi ambazo sisi kama wanafunzi tunavaa ndio inaleta changamoto haya.
Okay, you know, in campus there is a lot of freedom, and in a place where there is freedom, people tend to take that advantage. So when that freedom is given to you, you might tend to overuse it. That is why when you look back in high school, there were rules and regulations in a given institution or an organization. There are rules that guides that organization. When you look in high school, there were rules that were guiding us. That is why you can't go beyond certain limits. But when you come here in campus, there are no strict rules that will limit you. So that is why you find yourself doing some things that may be that irrelevant. You find students doing some things in campus, but when they go back at home, you find a girl wearing a full dress that is reaching in her ankle. But when she is here in campus, you find her wearing some miniskirts, because here in school there is freedom, but back at home there are some strict rules that she has to follow. So I think that freedom is the one making us to engage ourselves in such activities.
Also kwa hisia zako unaona freedom is too much.
Yeah, freedom is too much in campus.
Ama sawa weke restrictions yenye student afai kupass Wanasema ukifanya hii, if you dress like this you'll be expelled. At least it can guide us somehow.
Yeah, in some institutions, dressing code is highly considered. It is only here in Pwani that the rules are not strictly considered. But in other institutions, like maybe let's say, for example, the private institutions, I think institutions like DISTA, they apply such rules whereby you must dress officially. You must have that official dress because you are a learned person. A learned person must dress in a given way. Don't behave like someone who is illiterate. Yeah,
I'm getting you. Na hivi unahisi vipi? Yani sasa tuachane na dressing code, that was just by the way. Lakini pia pale hivyo unapata mtu ameletwa na mzazi wake akaambiwa, Ochieng, soma, do this, don't do this. Lakini pale unapata mtu anabadilika, anaanza kutumia vileo, anakunywa pombe, yani anaingia kwenye what are some of the causes ukiachana na peer pressure? Tuseme pia njaa can't be the cause. Yani wengine wako njaa bana. Unapata comrade life ukipigia mzazi umwambie madhe, I don't have this. Na unapata mzazi pia anakuambia end month. Huwezi sema pia sometimes ni njaa ama kukosa hizo mahitaji ya kimsingi.
Okay, engaging yourself in drugs and substance abuse can be caused by stress. Yeah, stress can be in so many ways. Number one, due to your studies, your exams. Sometimes you find that maybe you might be reading. I can imagine a situation whereby you go to a classroom, the lecturer teaches you, but by the end of your 3-hour lesson, you find yourself getting nothing. You come out of that class without getting anything, without grabbing even a single concept. So you ask yourself, was there any meaning? Was there any reason for going to class? Because at the end you come out with nothing. So exams also brings in this influence of taking drugs, because you find someone gets into exam room, he or she finds that there is nothing that she understands in that paper, and she leaves along the paper going blank. So you find this person gets stressed, getting in mind that his parents have high expectation in him or her. So if he or she fails, she knows that maybe she will be questioned back at home, and she will also, when you know in campus, when you fail your exam, it is either you'll have to repeat that given course, that is to those who are having the retake, but to those institutions who have the supplementary exam, you'll have to repeat the paper. You'll be given another paper to prove yourself that indeed you can pass it. So for you to get that supplementary, or for you to take that retake, you have to pay a given fee. Yeah, and you know, sometimes maybe you might not be having that fee, because here in Pwani it is charged 1,000 shillings. Sometimes it doesn't have that 1,000 shillings. So you start wondering, where will you get this amount of money? So that can also influence you to engage yourself in taking drugs. So drugs, people also take drugs so as to avoid stress, because they believe that when you take now that drug, you will be relieved, that your stress will be relieved. But I think that's not the case.
Exactly. Hapo kwa drug and substance abuse, comrade amekuja, yani maybe ni comrade mwenye hakuwahi tumia drugs, hajui vileo ni nini, lakini anapofika pale anaanza kutumia drug. Tuseme sasa ni stress. Mzee, sasa stress mtu, okay, tuseme are the lecturers ndo tuseme they are very mean, like they don't want us to cooperate, ndio at long last to fail, tuingie kwa search, kwa sababu some of us wanasema we use drug kwa sababu we are very stressed, but we are very young, we should not be stressing.